Hi, Namaskar, Pranam, Adab. I'm going to tell you the secret of the 3 steps to have superhuman strength. Make it 4 to realize your supreme potential. 1. Always keep your mind empty. The American Marines have a statement: all plans collapse in front of the enemy. So whatever plans you have for a certain situation, it will change when the situation happens, because the situation will be different. You cannot plan for something. It happens by itself and you have to be spontaneous and ready. The best way to answer it to keep the mind empty. When the mind is empty, it is receptive to the all-knowing universe and cosmos, and you get brilliant ideas. Albert Einstein was asked, "What is the speed of sound?" He replied, "I don't keep such petty information in my mind that can be found in any textbook. I rather keep it empty and receptive to the all-knowing cosmos, where you get great ideas of what is happening and get new inventions." Creativity is always thinking out of the box and keeping the mind empty. He also commented, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. Today with the internet, frankly, knowledge is redundant. If you have to just store information, what our education system of the 1970s and 80s was, that you had to store information. When was the Battle of Plassey? When did this happen? When did India get independence? So you were a storehouse of information. It was what we used to call ratta, pata 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 pata, like a parrot. Today, with the invent of the computer and the World Wide Web, we have to use education which is in our hands. We can always put that information on the internet. It will do a much better job without any error. It will give us all the information. What is the point of memorizing those stuff? The mind can be kept empty to get receptive to all-knowing cosmos and get brilliant new ideas. There's no point of that old model of ratta and memorizing. We have to use education and climb beyond. So education has reached a point where it is redundant, the old model of memorizing and ratta, because with the computer, it will do a much better job. Now they're talking of robots taking over. So the times are changing and we have to move with the times. We cannot be stuck in the industrial age. That memorizing system of education was the industrial age. We are now in the information age and it is going into robotics. Things are changing very fast and we have to be ready to change. He will survive who's adaptive to change, not he who is stuck on any particular way of how he only sees life. So first is keep the mind empty. A mind empty is receptive to great ideas, and it is when you're in your peak performance, because you get brilliant ideas from the cosmos. If you're full of ideas and full of garbage in your mind, you'll only be full of garbage. You cannot think clearly. When you're empty in your mind, even wherever you are, remember, whatever is happening in your mind. A thought has come up, it's happening in your mind. It is not happening outside the mind. There is nothing really. Whatever is happening, we are creating by our minds, which is primarily unconscious to superconscious. To get to superconscious, you have to keep it empty. Then it is listening to the all-knowing cosmos. It is going beyond yourself. As even Albert Einstein commented, you can judge the intelligence of man by how much he's got freedom from himself. So the less you have information what you think is right and correct about yourself, the more you are receptive to the all-knowing consciousness, are with divine consciousness, are with the supreme all-knowing. So 1, keep your mind empty. 2, have a larger purpose in life. A purpose could be anything. Something that you want to take your country. It should be larger than yourself. Something which is unreachable. Keeping a purpose small, will be petty. When you have a larger purpose, it takes you to amazing heights with discipline. And account the day with discipline and a larger purpose. Bruce Lee's objective in life, larger purpose, was to be the first Asian Hollywood superstar. He not only made it, he's still a phenomenon people have not forgotten. Mahatma Gandhi had stage fright. He couldn't speak in public. But when he woke up to his larger purpose in life, that he wanted independence for India, he conquered his stage fright and became a prolific speaker, and he also got independence for India. There are a lot of stories like this. A purpose who has a larger purpose from life is driven and motivated, where the day just takes care of itself because he is driven by a larger purpose. The day has to take care of that larger purpose. A man who has no purpose in life is like a boat without a sail. Any wind will blow it away here and there because he has no purpose from life. The mind, the ship will go off in any direction. When you have a purpose, you have put a direction to your boat. I am going in this direction. It will keep your boat going in that direction. Any negativity comes your way, you will let it fall off because you have your direction and clear path going on your path. You're going on your path. The third important thing, you will not be able to confront negativity if you're not sure of yourself and your ultimate purpose from life. You will constantly confront negativity. It is like keeping your mind completely empty again. Whenever negativity comes in, unleash it out. If you react to every dog that barks at you, you will not reach your direction. Not every reaction needs a fight. You have to draw boundaries will not be violated, but doesn't mean react to everything. Some things are not even worth a reaction. It is just avoided. In fact, when you avoid it, he feels most hurt that you are not significant enough for your reaction. He's not worth your reaction. There's no point even taking any action. Choose your battles in life carefully. Not everybody is worth fighting. Some battles you have to take on in life. You are decided, you are known by the battles you take up in life. But if you take on every stupid battle that comes on your way, you'll just be a small time fighter. You'll be fighting all the petty fights and miss out the big ones. You have to lose the small petty fights like in a game of chess. Lose the pawns to play the big one for the checkmate. That is the big game, not the small games that you confront every day. Most of them are to be avoided, to be with an indifference to it, that it doesn't affect you. So, you should keep your mind empty and not take in any negative energy. Have your mind in a positive frame of mind of where you're going. And fourth, the most important, remember, there is a power above you. Whatever we think, however perfect, however your purpose, whatever you are, nothing happens without a supreme power. This whole existence runs with one supreme power. We are under that. Even our thoughts, whatever we think, happen with that. Imran Khan, the Pakistan Prime Minister, commented something beautiful. There are two plans in a man's life. One his and one's God's. And only God's plan happened. It's a beautiful statement. Really, when you study free will and determinism, there's nothing like free will. Everything is probably predestined. So we should have a purpose in life. We should go, but realize the supreme power over what we think. In that, you have your supreme strength in the world. You are unstoppable, unconquerable. Nobody can beat you. One, keep an empty mind, always receptive to ideas. Two, have a purpose from life, a larger purpose from life than just your petty making ends meet. It's the small minds who get driven by desires and passions. Large minds are into commitment and some driven by a larger purpose in life. Then, have discipline and don't let negativity come in your way for your purpose and driven in your direction. And the fourth, remember, there's a supreme power only worthy of grace, for which you have to always bend and accept all his decisions, whatever is finally his plan, his journey in life. You are just another expression of his form. He wishes the best for everybody as long as you accept him and surrender to him and realize it is his good, it is his will, and you are just another pawn in his chessboard which he can use any which way. When you surrender yourself to that supreme power, you get amazing power. You don't realize it until you surrender. Most people don't. They think that they are in control of the chessboard. The chessboard is in the hand of the Lord. You are just another piece in it. Then you get into the supreme power of the Lord and you realize how he's playing with you, how he's even showing your life to the world, and how he'll ultimately checkmate who he wants to with your life. But you have to be at his mercy to take all the games of the world, be in surrender. But of course, remember, take out all negative energy that comes your way, keep your purpose clear. The Greeks say there's some things in our control and some things which are not. Use your time improving on things in your control and don't waste your time on things which are not. So things are in your control. Negative energy comes, you can take it out. It's in your control. what somebody talks about you, he's a crazy guy, that is not in your control. There's no point even thinking about it. Use your time improving on things in your control. Don't worry about things you're not. And last and foremost, as I said, be in surrender to God. You're unstoppable. Your life is only of a champion. It is the hallmark of all champions. They all keep the mind empty, because when you're playing, even when you study flow, which is peak performance in a man, there is no individual. There's awareness and action. If you ask Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli what he was thinking when he hit that six, he'll probably most tell you I was not thinking anything. I was just in the flow. That is flow, awareness and action. Keep an empty mind, have a larger purpose. A larger purpose could be I want to play for the Indian cricket team, whatever. It could be a larger purpose in life. Then be present to the moment and let negativity, cut off negativity whichever comes your way, and finally be at the mercy of the Lord. He is the final judge. He is the final supreme power. You have a beautiful life, and I wish you all success. Thank you. God bless.